Hey y'all, I am standing up. Just for this first part, I'm gonna be standing up a little bit because sorry, I'm moving my leg, trying to move my chair away. But for this first part, I'm gonna be standing up because I just want to detail something out for you guys real fast before I get started talking about this. So if you come in and I'm drawing on the board, I promise you have not missed anything yet. I'm about to open up a new pack of markers. The little joys of being an entrepreneur. A new pack of expo markers just makes me so happy. I don't know why. So you guys have been seeing me on video here in my Facebook group, but you did, and you've seen this behind me, but I don't know if you actually knew, this is a real dry erase board. It is attached to my wall. It is about 5 feet long. It's about 5 feet long. So it's attached to the wall where I record, because I actually do brainstorm on this board. So I used this earlier today, so I can get rid of that. I'm going to take a picture of this because I still need that. Hold on. I still need that. But I just want to give you guys a visual representation of this target market thing before I jump in to what I'm going to be talking about. So let me take a picture of this. Okay. This is actually me prepping for the promo of my one-on-one coaching program. So, which is going to come out in a couple of days. I still have some things that I want to do first. So I'm going to get rid of this. Okay. Oh, and this is my little quote down here. Just in case you were wondering what this says. Never be afraid to align yourself in a position of power. Bam! That's on the side of my whiteboard. All right, so let me crack open this pack of markers here. Oh man, I needed these so bad. Do y'all see how bad that writing was on my board? It's horrible. I'm gonna use all of these colors. Okay. All right, so this live is about defining your target market. Let me write that in here, just in case people are popping in, they want to know. So this is how to define your target market. And I'm going to leave this replay up for 24 hours so you guys can rewatch it as many times as you like. I have decided that this week I am going to go live every single day. I'm going to go live every single day this week. So 9 times out of 10, it's going to be in here. Some of it may be on Instagram, but I'm definitely going to be going live every single day. And I may be going live twice every single day. I'm not sure if I have the energy for it yet or not. But I will be going once in the morning to afternoon time and once in the nighttime. So all right, so that was so weird. Both of my phones were ringing at the same time. Okay, so let me detail out this little bit for you first, okay? So there's actually 3 areas where your consumers intersect, or there's three groups that you're going to be looking at, okay? So I'm moving you guys a little bit. You're gonna have your biggest group, which is the market you participate in. Okay, man, hold on one second, y'all. Yeah, my best friend is blowing me up. Okay, so first you're going to have the market you participate in. That is this big old green box right here. So yes, new markers. Yes, new markers. So this is your market, okay? If you're a life coach, then you're in the life coach market, or the marketplace per se. That may make it a little bit easier to understand. So that is your marketplace. That's where you make money. People who are interested in having a life coach, they come to the life coach marketplace, which is i.e. them searching on Google life coach in an area, or them searching in Instagram or on LinkedIn for the term life coach. And at that point, they're entering your market, okay? So inside of your market, you've got another group. That's gonna be your I'm going to use shapes here. This is going to be your target market. It's on the inside of your market. So your target market is what we're talking about tonight. That's what we're talking about tonight. Your target market, let me back up a little bit. Okay, your target market is the people that are looking for what you do, but they're a little bit more specific about who they are. So your market is going to be people who are looking for life coaches, but your target market is going to be maybe people who are looking for life coaches that are ages 25 to 40. Maybe they're female. We're going to get into that in a second. Okay, there's one more level to this thing. One more level to this thing. Inside of your target market, you are going to have your IC, or ideal client, okay? Most of us, I'm not going to say most of us. I'm not sure what you guys have, like where exactly you are in this, but some people can define who their perfect client is. Like I can ask you, okay, if the perfect person asked you to be their life coach, if you work with a perfect client, who would that be? Oh, okay, well, that's a woman, most likely, because they're a little bit more emotional, so they know that they're in need. She's probably in her 40s because she's been through a little bit of life, so she understands some things, but she needs she needs some help. She needs a little bit of extra push, maybe some self-love. She makes about 40 or 50K. She's at like a mid-level in her career. She's got, maybe she's got, one kid, or maybe she doesn't have any kids. So she's, feeling for a sense of purpose somewhere. That is your ideal client. So a lot of us can say like, that's my ideal client. Like, okay, my ideal client, for example, if you say, oh, my ideal client doesn't mind dropping $500 on coaching services every month. If that's the case, they must be making six figures, or they must be, making a nice income. So that's when you start determining like those parameters of who fits inside of this. So this is your basic overview of your market. You've got the marketplace that you operate in. You've got the people that are coming to that market that you are targeting, or the people that you are seeking out to target with your services. And then you have your ideal client on the inside. In a perfect world, all of our business would be right here. We'd be working with people that we love. And you can get there. You can get there. But you have first got to understand what's going on in this green box. And then you have to learn how to attract the people in this blue triangle. And then you can slowly but surely pick out the people inside of this red circle. You see why I use different colors now? Okay, so that's my diagram for today. Hopefully you copied that down, because I'm about to sit in front of it. You're going to be able to see it in the background, but I'm going to sit in front of it. Okay. Let me move my chair back. You guys can still see it, right? You can still see it. I'm going to move you though. Sorry, guys. I'm going to move you a little bit. Okay. Oh, you can't still see it. I still apologize. Maybe if I sit to the side. Hold on. Because I do want you to be able to see that. Okay. You can see it a little bit better. I don't like the way I look like that. Y'all can tell I'm like this when I go to sleep too. I move like all over the place before I actually fall asleep. And my better half is like, can you stop? Are you ready to go to sleep, or are you gonna stop moving? Okay. All right. So we're gonna talk about how to find your target market, starting with just a couple of disclaimers, because I like to start with disclaimers. Okay, so my first disclaimer is, just because you narrow down your target market does not mean that you can't serve people outside of that. So just because you have an ideal client doesn't mean you can't help people, or people can't buy things from you if they're only inside of this blue triangle. Just because you say that you want to help that mom or that single woman that's in her 40s, it doesn't mean that if somebody's married and they're in their 40s that they can't buy from you. Of course they can buy from you. If somebody feels like, golly, if somebody feels like you have something that they need, they're going to buy it from you. I don't care if I'm a male, let's just say if I'm a male and I go on your website and your entire website is pink, but I really need a life coach and I feel like you can help me, I am going to let you help me regardless of the pink color on your website. So I may feel a little bit weird. I may be like, I'm not gonna tell my friends that I bought something off of a pink website or whatever. I don't know how guys think, but you know, they may be a little like weirded, but if they need it, if they really want it, if they feel like what you have is of high value, they're going to buy it. So don't feel like you're shutting people out. You're not really shutting people out. You're more so narrowing down where your focus is going to be so that you can make better products. Because if you don't have a defined target market, your products are going to be all over the place. It's going to be nearly impossible to have marketing that actually gives you a return on your investment. It's going to be very difficult. You're going to feel like you're all over the place, okay? All right, so there are 3 groups of people in this world. I say this all the time. The day you become an entrepreneur, there are only 3 types of people you're going to come in contact with for the rest of your life, okay? Customers. People who are customers, people who want to buy from you, potential customers. Maybe they haven't bought from you yet. Maybe they already bought from you and they're existing customers. But customers, okay, people who people who know people who are your customers, right? People who can connect you to customers, or advertisers, which are people that will probably never buy anything from you, but they talk so good about you. Advertisers, and if you're bad in business, people that talk bad about you, but we're not going to say that. That's not you. All right, so there's only 3 types of people: customers / potential customers, people who know your customers, and advertisers or promoters. So with that being said, with there now only being 3 types of people in the world, you now know how to carry yourself and you now know how to operate. So as far as your target market goes, this is how you bring that into your target market. These are your 3 segmentations, okay? So we've got the target market, which is that blue triangle. You can actually chop that into 3 sections, and you're going to need to chop that into 3 sections because there are 3 different groups inside of your target market. There's 3 different groups inside of that, right? Okay, so your first group is going to be customers who will purchase from you. These are the people that you make your products for. When you started a business, when you said, I'm going to go into business and this is what I'm going to create, these people or this person needs this. Whoever these people are and whoever that person is, that is the first portion of your target market. That's the first portion of it. That's the first segment. Your second segment or group inside of your target market is the person that influences the customer to purchase from you. I've got notes over here, y'all. The person that influences your customer to purchase with you. So these are most likely not people that are going to buy from you, but there are people that play a big part in that person's life, or they have a large influence over that person's life in the decisions that that person makes as far as purchasing. So if your potential customers, if your customers are women, that's one segment. So that second segment of people who are going to influence that customer to buy is going to be probably their husband or their boyfriend. It could be their mom in some situations. In some situations, it can be their kids. What I often see is the wife and then the husband. And then sometimes I also see, like, if you make products for kids or if you make products for students, then that second group then becomes their parents, because if they're less than 18, they can't buy by themselves. But their parents will buy it for them if it benefits. So I see those 2 the most often. But if you have any questions or if you want some specifics on your business, then you can drop it in the comment section and I'll scroll back at the end and address those needs and concerns. And your third section of your target market is going to be your promoters. So those are people that you are going to come in contact with. That, like I said, 99% of the time, they're either not ever going to buy from you, you. They may download all of your free stuff. You know, they may get on all of your lives. They're going to show you the biggest amount of support. They're always going to be there, but they may not be your ideal customer, but they just love you so much. Like, they just love your energy, or they love what you're trying to do. They are in total support. If you decide you're going to throw a riot, these people are showing up. They may have never bought anything from you ever in their life, and they're showing up for a riot for you because they love you. You know what I mean? It's crazy because people like to focus so much on money, and they like to post on Instagram and say, oh, I made this much this weekend. I made this much last year. You want to know how I made this much, and yada, yada, yada. But guess what? Your biggest supporters are most of the time, or not most of the time, a lot of times, your biggest supporters are people who would never buy anything from you, or people that can never afford certain things from you. So I think as an entrepreneur, it is a portion of our duty and a portion of the rent we pay here to live on earth to give back to people that could never repay us. Sorry, that's what I believe. So yes, that is your third segment of your market that people often forget, but those three are equally as important. So I'll recap that really fast. So the three groups inside of your target market, and I'm about to tell you exactly how to define your target market, are the customer who will purchase from you, the person that influences that customer to purchase from you, and your promoters or advertisers, your ride or dies, your day ones, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So this is how you define your target market. Like I said, you have got to think about, who the heck did you make this for? There's no way. Okay, like, you know who your target market is. You just don't realize you know. You don't realize you know. A lot of you guys, that's what it is. You just don't realize that's what that is. So, for example, if you write an ebook about your life, okay, and you're trying to promote your ebook, but you're having a problem marketing it, and you're like, I don't know who my target market is. Who did you write the ebook for? Who did you write it for? That's your target market. That's your target market. If you wrote the ebook for women or men so that they don't make the same mistakes that you did, then your target market is the former version of yourself. Who is that person? That's when you can start defining out who that person is. And these are some of the parameters in which you can define that person. So once you realize, oh, okay, I get it. Like, I know, I kind of understand target market. Like, I know a general idea of who I'm targeting. This is where you can get more detailed with it. Okay, so inside of those three groups, so right now you've got three groups on your piece of paper. Inside of those three groups, you need to define age and age range, gender, annual income, job description, hobbies, and most importantly, problems and barriers. Most importantly, problems and barriers. Problems and barriers. Problems and barriers. I can't say that enough. I can't say that many times. So this is where we get specific and you get down to the nitty gritty. I thought about making a worksheet for this. I was like, man, I need to make a worksheet and offer it as an upgrade kit. When this replay expires after 24 hours, I'm going to make some worksheets with it and bundle that baby up for you guys. Age, gender, annual income, job description, hobbies, and problems and barriers. I'm going to give you guys some examples because you know I'm big on examples. Okay, for example, my target market is 3 segments. I exist in the business consulting / coaching market. That's the market I exist in, okay? My target market is split into 3 sections. First section is customers who are 25 to 45 years old that are female that make in between $30,000 to $40,000 a year. Now, some people fall under that income. Some people fall above that income. But generally speaking, my consumers fall into that target market. People that actually buy things from me fall into that first group. That's just, actually, I was going to say it's a loose description. It's not a loose description. It's very specific. It's got an age range. It's got a gender. It's got an annual income. I don't have a job description, and I don't have hobbies, and I don't have problems and barriers, but I have those off to the side somewhere, but you guys will need to just go into a little bit more detail than what I just listed. Okay, so that's my first segment. My second segment is women ages, and the second segment, remember, is a person that influences that customer to purchase from you. Okay, so my second segment is women that are aged 35 to 55 years old. They are female and they make 80,000 to six figures. You're probably like, what? How is that working? How is somebody that is making six figures influencing somebody that's making $30,000? Social media. That's why. So I have a second target. I have a second segment in my market that's completely different from my first. These women that are making six figures are not looking at the same things that women that are making 30 and 40,000 are making. So there may be some overlap, right? But the way that I attract and talk to and interact with these groups is completely different. So this second section of women that are making six figures, they're influencing my buyer market. So I'm looking at pages on social media that have 80, 90, 100,000 followers. Why? Not because they're my customer, but because they're influencing my customers, and that is influencing my target market. So that's why your second segment is so important. If you were like I see this title coming up, wife coach. If you're a wife coach, you've got to market just as much to the wife as you do to the husband. Because if the wife is coming to you to be a wife, oh my gosh. If the wife is coming to you to be wife coached, or whatever the heck it's called, she is trying to please the husband. If someone's having marriage issues and they need a wife coach, then you might want to attract the husband as well, because the husband has the power to influence the wife to invest in a wife coach. So this is how these two things are working together. Let me break it down something product based. Let's see. Okay. Let's say that you own a fashion boutique and you are like, you're buying from a wholesale list, whatever, and you want to sell fashion and clothes and makeup, whatever it may be. Let's say you have a boutique, you're shipping out physical products. Okay. Your first segment, which is your customers, is going to be, people that you have bought these things for. So if you're buying young, trendy clothes, then we're talking about your shopping. You have millennial crowd. You have a millennial crowd. Your second segment, which is people that influence your customer, are going to be influencers. You see how I just made that connection? That was probably a giant light bulb for some of you guys. Influencers. Why are they called influencers? Because they're influencing people to buy things. But to us as an entrepreneur, when I see that word, I'm like, oh, that's somebody's second target segmentation. That's the second segment of their target. So you are going to create content. Yeah, you're going to create content that attracts the millennials so that they can buy from you, but you're also going to have a strategy to connect with influencers so that you can get them to wear what you have and get them to buy what you have so that they can set off the tsunami wave of the 50,000 followers they have or 1,000 followers they have, whatever it may be. So that is your second segmentation. So you're creating twice. Really, you're creating three times. I haven't hit the third category yet. So the third category is a little bit easier. That third segment is going to be your advertiser. Like I said, those are people who always rock with you, always. They love you and you love them back. Okay. So, of course, you're still going to have people in the other categories that love you, but these people will love you no matter what. They will always respond to your emails. They will always show up to your lives. Okay. So the third segment is those promoters, those advertisers. In my case scenario, those are women that are 25 to 45 years old. So this is my biggest range. For me, this is my biggest range, my most, I don't want to say general or generic because they're not generic, but this is my biggest range of target market. These are females or women, and they make in between $15,000 to $35,000. Okay, this is why I shifted the income to be on the lower end. People that are in this segment for me are people that were who I was before I became an entrepreneur. These people to me are side hustlers. Like, I was having to side hustle to make ends meet. And I'll tell you guys this, I've been spoiled my entire life. I grew up with a silver spoon in my mouth. I never like really had a rough time, but I tried to make it on my own, and that made it rough for me. And I was trying to pay all my bills myself without asking for help. And so with that being said, I was on this lower end. And I'll tell you something about this part of the segment for me. I create a lot of content for this segment. Because I know what it feels like to make $10,000 a year. I know what it feels like to make $15,000 a year. I know what it feels like to make $20,000 a year. It's a struggle. I know what it feels like to live paycheck to paycheck and be fed up and be like, yo, I gotta figure something out because I can't live my whole life like this. So that part of my market is very close to me. It's very close to Belle. So that part is who I was when I first started. And for you, that may be the same case. So those people who are in that part of your market, those may be the people who you really wrote the book for, who are struggling to make it through some things, and you wrote that book to help them get over that emotional hurdle, or your life coaching to help them get over that hurdle. So I'll tell you this, like, people in that part of my market are so dedicated. There is no level of motivation that surpasses you being fed up because you are not getting paid enough. Okay, when you walk into work, let me get back, because you already don't like walking into work. There are people that make $80,000 a year that hate going to work. Okay, when you get your check on Friday, when you get that direct deposit and you're like, wait a second, I just gave 40 hours of my life that I'm never going to get back for this. Oh, it's not a physical check no more. I forgot. It's direct deposit. For this? This is not going to cut it, boo. This ain't going to cut it. So that's my third market segmentation. So when y'all see me go off on a tangent and I'm ranting, that's me getting lit for my third segment. That's me saying, I get it. I understand. Y'all are talking about, this is crazy. How are you paying me $8 an hour to put in this much effort, or $9 an hour to put in this much effort? Like, that to me is insane. It's insane. So that is that third segment. So for you, those are most likely the people that really like set it on fire for you, So those are my people, okay? Those are my people. That's it. That's it, y'all. It's just that simple, okay? So I'm going to recap real fast for you guys. So remember that you've got your market, which is the green box. You've got your target market, which is the blue box. And you've got your ideal client, which is the red circle. I was moving my hand the wrong way, which is the red circle. Those three groups are customers who are going to purchase from you. Who did you make your product for? Who are you making your product for? Why? When you decided I'm going to go into business, whose life were you trying to change? Because that's really where it comes from. Whose life are you trying to improve? The second group, the people that influence the customers to purchase from you. So think about what type of people they have around them. What is their situation? And the third group are your promoters and your advertisers. So inside of those groups, remember, you have to define age, gender, annual income, job description, hobbies, and problems and barriers. Problems and barriers is the most important part. That's where your new product ideas are going to come from. They're going to come from you understanding. So once you define this is how this becomes really powerful for you as an entrepreneur. Once you define who your target market is, you can now begin to give them what they need. You know what they need. I know that my first segment, I know that they need products that are going to teach them how to run their business more efficiently. That second category, I know they're going to need systems installed in their business because they have a little bit bigger, they have bigger businesses. They've got bigger businesses. So I know they're going to need systems that are going to help make their life easier. And then they're going to talk really good about me because they love working with me. There's a lot of really big brands that you guys probably know of that I've worked with and I've created content for. And I marketed to them because I knew they were going to talk good about me and they were going to bring me more clients that are my actual customers, which are actually like the startups, or the people that are still trying to figure out how this thing works. Those are my actual customers. Or people that they're running it well, but they want to escalate. So you guys are actually moving. I'll tell you this. There are people that are going to move between your groups. So right now, you may be at a job where you're like, oh, this job sucks. I'm making $15,000 a year. Like, this is not going to cut it. You come in, you buy my lower level products. We build a relationship. You start building your side hustle. Your side hustle gets good. You may move up a level. You may move up into that first group. And then that first group, you're like, okay, I'm running my business. I'm making some kind of income. Like, this is getting good. I can quit my job. And then you move up into that influencer where you're like, okay, I'm running a large scale business. I need systems. You guys are going to move through those things. I want you to move through those things. I want you to excel. I want you to excel and I want you to grow, because when you grow, I grow. Now I'm about to get emotional. When y'all grow, I grow. I'm not into just selling you products that you're not going to make money off of. I want to sell you things that are going to help you make money, because when you make money, I make money. If y'all are not making any money, I'm not making any money. I don't understand why people create these products that are just crap. I'm like, that's not going to help you, right? Because they're going to buy that from you, and then their business is not going to grow, or it's not really going to help them increase their income. And then they're not going to come back and purchase from you because they don't have any more extra money to spend. Okay? So anyways, my goal is to help y'all, and that starts with affordable products. And those affordable products will help you make more money, and then we can make more money together. All right? Okay, do I have any questions? Any questions? Like I said, I'm going to make this available for replay for the next 24 hours for free. And then after that, I am going to download it. I am going to put worksheets with it. I'm going to make some custom worksheets that kind of match up to this. And I am going to bundle that baby up and put it on the website. So if you know somebody, man, what is going on with my voice today? If you know somebody that needs this, share it right now while it's free. Share it while it's free. I'm not scared to tell y'all to share it while it's free. Like, this is good stuff. Share it while it's free. And if they want the worksheets, they can come back and get the worksheets later. But if it's not for them, then it's not for them. But at least you were a good friend and you cared about business. You know what I'm saying? Like, friends don't let other friends be out here without a defined target market. Friends don't let other friends fail at business. Friends don't let other friends miss out on good resources that can increase their income. Be a good friend. Be a good friend. All right. Do I have any questions? Any questions? I am like in serious need of some liquid. I should have drank some water. I think it's because I went live. Did the webinar this morning. I did the webinar this morning, by the way, guys. And I forgot to hit the record button, so I had to re-record. But let me show you guys, if you missed the webinar. I had to re-record, but this morning the webinar was amazing. Everyone who came to the webinar live got this ultimate marketing strategy cheat sheet for free because they were there live. And then they had the option to upgrade and grab all of this. They had the option to upgrade and grab all of this. Some people grabbed all of these extras, and they also grabbed this 14-day action plan tracker to help you stay on task with what you had planned out. It was good. So yeah, when I tell you guys I'm going to release worksheets with this, it's probably going to be about 2 or 3 worksheets. So, I mean, they're going to be really like in-depth, interactive worksheets. Like, I even made a cover for it. So yes, I'm a worksheet maker. I love worksheets. I love printables. I like workbooks. I have physical workbooks that I sell. So Yeah. I'm really big on writing things down. Writing things down. Okay. If you want to type it up on your laptop, sure, go ahead. But when you write it down, it's like it's written in stone. When you write it down, it's in your soul. It's really in your soul, for real. All right, no questions? No questions? Remember, I have that thread inside of here. So I have a post inside of here where I asked you guys, what would you like to hear for me on live? What would you like to learn about? What are you struggling with? What are your needs? So make sure you drop topics on top of that post, because I'm going to go live every single day this week. Remember, I'm going to go live every single day this week. Do I have a workbook for products? Not necessarily. Okay, so here's how this works. All of my products can really go both ways. They can be used for service-based and product-based, but I have not made anything specific for product-based yet. But I had someone email me a couple of days ago, and I still need to respond to it, about that. And I had someone else ask me that earlier. So I might make a line of worksheets for product-based businesses, or make something for product-based businesses. Actually, this is why. There's a reason why I like principles and why I like physical stuff, because most of my experience is in product-based business. I made the service conversion fully last year to doing these one-on-one services and doing lives and group sessions and things like that. But and I was always side hustling service-wise. But I actually have way more experience in product-based business. I grew up learning product-based business. My mother owns a product-based business, a 7-figure product-based business. So I grew up on that. Like Shopify, I know like the back of my hand, running orders, customer service. Even when I worked in retail, I ran the omni-channel. So I ran the anytime anyone ordered anything online, or if they ordered anything to the store and had to ship in between stores, picking products, like all of that, the product placement, like how things were set up, how they were displayed inside of the store. I was the department supervisor when I was like a baby. I couldn't even legally drink, and I was running $1 million department. So I'm a product based. I come from product based. I'm product raised. I'm product raised. I'm product raised for real. Definitely. It's so crazy because that job that I was at, that I was like, why am I not getting paid enough for what I'm doing? Like, I'm 21 years old and I have employees. I had employees. I have a key. I'm running shifts by myself. I've got numerous employees, and y'all are paying me this much money. And now I'm a business coach / consultant. I work for myself, and my old supervisor is one of my clients. It's so weird. It's so weird. Website building webinar. Yes. It's okay. Yes, I can. I have thought about that. It's a little difficult because I can show you my screen and show you what to do, but I don't know if you'll actually be able to build after watching me. So I have a workshop, like I have an in-person workshop where I can teach you how to build your website. But I mean, I can do it. I'll look into it. That do not sell products but sell services instead. Yeah. Do you guys want me to do like a product-based series and then do a service-based series? Because I can separate if I need to. Everything that I talk about in lives applies to both areas. But if you need me to get like more specific, like if you need me to get down to business and get more specific, I can separate and say, okay, I can do it this week, you guys. I can actually do it this week. So this is what I'll do, because everybody's like, hold on, you're not talking to me. I want you to be talking to me. Okay, here's what I can do. Let me make this commitment right now. Let me write it down. Y'all see what I'm talking about? I'm going to write it down. Okay, so this upcoming week, starting on tomorrow. No, not starting tomorrow. Starting Monday through Friday of this upcoming week. Every morning at, I gotta commit. I got to commit. Okay. All right. Every morning at 11 a.m., I'm going to do service-based businesses in the morning. Okay. Service-based business series. I'm going to gather all of the topics and all of the comments from across my different social media platforms, and I'm going to come up with the topic for each day. But 11 a.m. service-based business series. Let me write it down because y'all know how I am with writing stuff down. Y'all think I'm playing, I'm serious. Okay. And for you product-based guys, yes, I need to commit. Oh, I gotta commit. I commit to my business more than I commit to anything. Okay. So, okay, for product-based businesses, I can come to you guys it's gonna be late, y'all, because I go to the gym in the nighttime. I go to the gym in the late afternoon. Okay, so 9 p.m. I know that's like, really, is that too late for y'all? Listen, if I'm gonna be coming on here at 9 p.m. product-based businesses after I go to the gym, I'm sorry, y'all are gonna get me, maybe y'all might get me with no makeup on, but I still love y'all. I'm still gonna bring that content. I'm still gonna bring it. Okay. Well, yeah, 9 p.m. I was gonna say 4 p.m., but that's kind of too close together. Well, you know what? It's not. I can do 4. Let's back it up because I don't want to be on here and have y'all on here all night because y'all know I like to talk. Okay, so 4 p.m. Let's do it at 4. If you miss it, okay, I am going to leave the video for 24 hours. So with that being said, I'm going to leave the replay in for 24 hours. So there's never going to be a time when you come into this Facebook group and there's nothing for you to look at, ever, okay? There's going to be at least one video that happened in the last 24 hours. And this week is going to be crazy now that I've written it down. There's going to be at least 2 videos. So if you're product-based, don't feel like you can't watch the service-based business videos. If you're service-based, don't feel like you can't watch the product-based. If you want to get it all for free within that 24 hours, go ahead and soak it up. Go ahead and soak it up. Okay, so 11 a.m. service-based series, 4 p.m. product-based series. I'm committed. I wrote it down. It's written in stone. I can't go back on it. Monday through Friday. So there's going to be 5. It's going to be a 5 video series. If you have something specific, remember, if you have something specific that you want to hear about, then you need to go comment under that post and tell me specifically what you want to hear about. Some of these are going to have worksheets. I'll probably make worksheets for all of them, just so if you guys want to upgrade, you can upgrade and get the replay outside of the 24 hours. Okay, gotcha. All right, okay. I got to finish writing that down. 4 p.m. product-based series. Now I got to go tell the Instagram followers that y'all got me on this, that y'all have me on this excursion of 10 videos in 5 days, of 10 videos in 5 days. But I do this full time, so I can stop what I'm doing twice a day to give you guys what you need, because I would not have a business if it wasn't for you. So we're going to make this happen. Do I have any other questions? Remember to share this group with people. If you know anybody else that's in any of your other groups that's going to need a series, or they need something specific that they haven't gotten help with, yeah, share it. Because remember, it's only live. It's only free for 24 hours. So give it to them at the lowest price possible. Free 99. Free 99. That's like one of my favorite terms, and my mother hates it. She hates it. Free 99. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me live. I'm dropping this in the replay. If you came in late, feel free to re-watch. I'll see you starting on Monday at 11 a.m. and at 4 p.m. See you later.